comes Shakhriyar Mamedyarov. He is the one. Both Judah, Le, and Mamedyarov are hoping will be Magnus Carlsen, but the world champion has the white pieces in this game. Here we go.
And it's an English opening, maybe an homage to us here in the studio. But Magnus, he does play pretty much every opening there is. And okay, Shak reacting in what we call the reverse Sicilian type of way, and Black's bishop coming out very early. White's knight jumping forward to hit that black bishop, which does retreat. And this is a rare variation actually, which I used to play myself when I was very young. But it's experienced a resurgence, this line, very popular lately.
I lost you when you were a baby in this variation at the Isle of Man, and I also had this with the white pieces about 2 weeks ago in the Reykjavik Open. A great competition, you know, so very lovely place, Iceland. A bit like Norway, I'd say. Similar.
Was it cold?
It was alright. It was sunny. Actually, sat outside at some point in a beer garden.
Really?
Believe it? Yeah, it was nice.
Did you try what do you call the lagoons?
I didn't
blue
really.
lagoons?
I was too busy losing at chess to have an opportunity to try them. But yeah, as David says, this is quite a well-known variation where this is a key move that Magnus has played, and I think Alexei Shirov, a player, very aggressive player, was one of the first people who played this line with the black pieces. But White now has the bishop pair, which Magnus loves. He loves having the two bishops.
Yeah, White has the bishop pair, so long-term that will be a huge factor. I was about to say Shak in return has a great pawn center, but this last trade, I'm very, very surprised by, I must say. Maybe I'm not quite up to date here with the opening theory. Maybe this is kind of advocated by computers, but usually as Black, you want to close the position because your opponent has the bishops. White here, the bishops coming to life later on. Instead, trading pawns opening lines will help those pieces later. So, okay, surprising.
It is surprising, and I'm just checking the engine to see whether it's the top choice. It actually is a little bit of the top choice. Other moves are actually developing the light square bishop, but in terms of human games in the database, no one plays it.
Yeah, okay. It's very positionally dubious, as you say, David, because when you're playing against the two bishops, as Black is, White has the two bishops. Bishops are like arrows, they shoot across the board, and you want to keep them closed in, you want to keep them inside, you don't want to let the arrows come out into the open fields, and by playing like this, you're allowing the bishops to play. So I think the only justification I can think of is that Black has to use his pieces quickly and maybe try to break in. was
Bishop can't dance at 2 weddings.
yeah, maybe it's pawns as well. Pawns can dance at 2 weddings. Does that work? Not really, does it?
No.
It doesn't work at all. It's not quite the same. But you can't stop both those pawns.
A knight can't stop 2
Yeah.
weddings.
It's just about the placement of the kings as well. White's king is just an eternal defensive piece. It can never join the action again. Those 2 black pawns on the left side, they completely lock down the white king. Black is playing with an extra king, and look at this, he's just going after white's pawn. And it's all about that black f pawn, as you said. He's kept it in reserve. He's never touched it so far, Mamedyarov, that black f pawn, but he's going to start pushing it down the board soon. And here we go, it's rolling.
Yeah.
And it's going to cost white his knight. How is white ever going to find a way out of this dilemma?
It's not.
Pawn's just going to push. This is game over.
Total lost, here for Magnus.
Black
King
pawn
takes
pushes
pawn.
again though. And there we go. Have we seen a result? I think Magnus has just resigned. And there we go.
Yeah.
Big result for the tournament standings.
Massive result. What a result by Shak. Black pieces.
Yeah, with the white pieces, Magnus Carlsen loses.